Talk Shoes. Recorded live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Travis and Vic's Drunken Horror Adventures. It's the return. We're both on here for the first time in God knows how long. It's funny because a few weeks ago I actually recorded an episode on Krampus Unleashed, which is a shitty fucking movie, so you really didn't miss anything because for whatever reason it didn't download, upload, whatever the fuck it may be. And, well, here we are tonight talking about Craig Anderson's Red Christmas. What's up, Vic?
What's up, brother? What's up, man?
Well, this movie, Red Christmas, came out in 2016. But the funny thing is, well, okay, it's called a 2016 movie. There was a 2014 Red Christmas also, but this movie didn't actually come out until August 25th, 2017. Strange release date for a movie that's called Red Christmas, I feel. But then again, Miracle on 34th Street came out in summer, so, you know, it just never happened.
Yeah, weird, but it happens, I guess.
And it had an amazing box office of $2,255. Which means it released at like 3 theaters, probably.
Well, I don't, probably not that many. Probably just some, like, whatever local theater she's the director.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the movie actually stars our buddy Dee Wallace. One of my convention favorites. As far as everybody I've met at convention, she's one of the sweetest we've ever met. Got her autograph on a nice Howling print by the great Joel Robinson. So kind of cool to talk about a movie that she's in, and I think this is the first movie where she's in the starring role that we've talked about, Vic. And hell, it may be the first Dee Wallace movie, period, because as I'm thinking about it, she was like in the Halloween remake, and she was in Devil's Rejects, I think, maybe for a brief second. Maybe, I'm not sure. But either way, it wasn't for very long. She was also in Shitty Lords of Salem. But, you know, I don't know if we're talking about a movie that she's been in so far. No Cujo, no Howling, you know?
I thought we did Cujo, man. We talked about Cujo.
Did we? Oh, you're right. We did do a Cujo episode, didn't we? I was thinking we talked about Cujo in passing on our Stephen King episode.
Yeah, but we actually did a Cujo episode.
You're right, because it was on Netflix.
Yes, sir.
So this is our second Dee Wallace movie, then. And she's the only person I've heard of from this movie. And it's not a very well-named movie, you know, because it's called Red Christmas, and I know we have White Christmas and Black Christmas, but this movie would probably be better named Mongoloid Mania. I think that's probably a more appropriate name for this movie.
Yes. They didn't do very well with names.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Christmas movie. There weren't a whole lot of Christmas themes to it, other than the fact that there was, I don't know, a tree at one point, some other shit. But I don't know. You got this whole family that gets together for Christmas in Australia. By the way, did you notice that it was actually in Australia?
I noticed that it was it was an Australian film, so I figured they were in Australia. But yeah. So
I watched this. Well, first of all, let's get into the rating. Vic, you got a prediction on the rating? That's one of our fun things on here. IMDb ratings, predictions.
3.5.
Wow. It's actually a 4.5.
All right.
And I actually saw somebody who gave it a 9 out of 10 on IMDb. Which kind of
we need to bring that. We need to bring that person on the show. Get them on the horn.
Ask them what kind of drugs they're on, that type of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Because that's crazy talk.
The funny thing is, this movie, it starts off with an abortion bombing. That's how the movie starts. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on here right from the beginning? Because I guess that's one way to go here. You know, that's not. I don't know what I expected from this going in. You know, I expected a shitty Netflix movie because that's where we found it. And, it starts out really hot.
Yes.
And, you know, the funny thing is, I guess the premise, the idea of the movie isn't so bad. Like, if you look at what the actual movie's about, it's more about the fact that it's probably a micro-budget movie. I would assume that 99% of their budget was paying Dee Wallace something and it probably wouldn't matter.
Oh, yeah, it had to be.
Yeah. This just, no. Let's, I'm going to give a quick breakdown for everybody. It's not quite spoiler-free, so, I mean, you know, that's what you expect on the show. It's not going to be a full rundown like we usually do, but like I said, this movie starts off with an abortion clinic bombing, and you got Diane, who's played by Dee Wallace, and she actually brings together her estranged family for a chaotic holiday gathering. So you got a little Christmas party with a bunch of people who are all not getting along. That seems to be a common theme of a lot of these horror movies. Have you ever noticed that? A lot of these Christmas movies are like people not getting along. Think about Christmas Horror Story. Remember the family in one of the stories that didn't get along? They all got together on Christmas to go harass the old bag for money.
Yep.
Then we got some Krampus. I think Krampus would have made this story better. But so they get together for this chaotic holiday gathering. And the breakdown says a 20-year-old decision literally comes back to haunt, Diane when the ghost of Christmas past comes knocking at her door and is invited to the family estate. Now, I have to tell you, Vic, at the start of this, whenever you had this person in a cloak, mysterious, who apparently ripped some dude's dick off, that was actually kind of interesting. Like, it had me hooked there for a minute. But once it got to the house, then I started losing it a little bit. So festivities quickly turn blood red when the stranger is revealed to be Cletus, Diane's aborted fetus. Now, how awesome does that sound on principle? It really does sound awesome, the idea of something like that. That would be fucking sweet, But not so much. He's all grown up, very much alive, and ready to terrorize his lost mother. So basically, you've got this dude who, she found out he had Down syndrome. He was going to be her last kid, but her husband had cancer, so she aborted him. But I guess it didn't take, huh, Vic?
Obviously.
So this guy, in slasher fashion, and I don't remember any of the kills being anything special. He starts knocking off all the family members one by one. And she basically has to explain why he's trying to kill him to her other Down syndrome son, Jerry. Hi, Jerry. Jerry was great in this movie, I have to say. A British Down syndrome kid, or an Australian one. It was beautiful. It really was. If you've never heard Down syndrome until you hear it with an Australian accent. It's just wrong on some But old Jerry, he was real upset about Diane aborting the other Down syndrome kid. And I think the other Down syndrome fellow, Cletus, he was going to Cletus. The fuck? He was going to take sympathy on old Jerry, but he decided not to because Jerry got gunned down, I think. Isn't that what happened to old Jerry? He went outside with a gun and the cops blew him away.
Yeah. Like Old Yeller.
Yeah, that's worse. That's worse than Bad Santa.
Put him down.
You can't go shoot tards, Vic. It's just wrong. You know what I mean? I think there's laws against that. I mean, maybe not like the 70s, but nowadays.
I mean, if he can marry one, then why can't you shoot one?
Oh, my God. He should not be marrying a fucking tard. That is unacceptable. Every time I see a picture of her, I get upset. And Troy wants to point out like a dickhead.
Yeah, Troy likes to tag you in it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's one of those things, too. You think I would have unfollowed him for marrying a Down syndrome creature, but the thing is, it's like a bad car wreck. I can't look away. Every time she does anything a little bit mongoloid, I can't help but look.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he did not shine upon her good graces. Anyway, so I guess Jerry wasn't souped up like this other Down syndrome guy. The abortion must have made him more powerful, like Michael Myers or something. You notice that? This dude got all sorts of hacked up and blown away. He was still living. He's just like Jason.
Yeah, he kind of like Victor Crowley.
Yeah, he was. Like, there was just no taking. By the way, whenever this guy was unmasked, not Jerry. Jerry was just a typical Down syndrome fella. Lay down, stupid. Follow down. Kick the shit out of you. Anyway. Yeah, Zero's mad because he's got shit on his chair. And not actual shit, but stuff on his chair. He can't lay there. He's pissed off. Anyway. So, this fellow, whenever they unmask this guy from his cloak or whatever the hell he's wearing, he's kind of like he's wearing like a rain slicker or something like. He reminds me of the dude from I Know What You Did Last Summer. You know? Until they take the mask off, and I get the most terrible mongoloid face I've ever seen in my life. Like, how much money did they spend on this thing? It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my fucking life, Vic. I mean, there was absolutely no money spent on this makeup. It was atrocious. Tell me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
I mean, no, you're not wrong. They should have spent that D. Wallace money on, like, some special effects or something.
Just pay Tom Savini for 10 minutes to fix this dude's face, because it looked ridiculous. Yes. It looked ridiculous. It wasn't even, like, so when you go back and you look at Jason from back in the day, it looks like not human, but at least it looked real. You know what I mean? It looked like a real face, just a disturbing one. This one, it didn't even look like it could be real. It looked like a mask. It was awful. And I want to like it, but it was awful. Because, I love mongoloids, especially the serial killers. But this fellow's face, it was like something you would buy at the bargain bin. It was just shitty.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And quite frankly, it kind of went along with the movie. I think at the end, D. Wallace finally takes him out. Isn't that basically how it ends? He's kind of like the last one. She's one of the last ones standing, D. Wallace is, and she takes this guy out. So, Vic, without getting too far into detail on this movie, because I don't think it deserves a whole lot of detail, it's just kind of like Krampus Unleashed. If anybody out there in the world had somehow heard my episode where I actually talked about Krampus, I didn't give Krampus Unleashed, not Krampus, Krampus Unleashed. You'll notice that I didn't give it a ton of time, and I kind of feel the same way about this movie. So the movie itself, I'm not going to give a ton of time to. But, Vic, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, to be completely honest, I thought it sucked. I think the title was a little misleading, and I didn't get what I really wanted out of it. I even dozed off a couple times.
Yeah,
that might just because I've been working like a slave, or because it sucked, or whatever. I don't know what the reason may be, but it happened. But like there was one redeeming quality outside of D. Wallace, obviously. But towards the end, the guy that he had the neck spray. That was pretty awesome because I love neck sprays when people die and they the blood just sprays everywhere. Like that was awesome. That was really the only redeeming quality out of this entire film outside of D. Wallace. It was your typical, hey, this movie sucks. Let's throw it on Netflix for a little bit and see what happens to it.
What about the random pregnant chick having sex in the laundry with the priest watching nearby? How out of place was that scene?
Yeah, I think with some of it, they were really trying to go for some type of shock value.
It just ended up being stupid.
Yeah, and oh my God, there's way too many retards. You cannot have that many mongoloids in a movie.
And it's only one, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's more than one. The whole family is retarded. It was it was like a chainsaw family, but not as cool. Everybody in the family is retarded.
This chick was pregnant, and she's smoking pot and getting drunk.
Yeah, and
she was just everybody.
She was going to have another mongoloid.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it ran in the family, obviously.
I felt like I was watching a Who's Eating Gilbert Grapes horror version or something. But overall,